A flower-sprouting princess, a gobbling prince, an emerald-winged fairy, foolish giants, fearsome ogres, and a talking frog and fish? That's just a few of the captivating characters found in this anthology of beloved stories, Treasure of Magical Tales from Around the World. And I have today with me Donna Jo. Good morning, Donna Jo. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, thank you for being on my show. It's important for us to talk about storytelling. That's the big thing. So, what makes a good ancient or mythical tale timeless?
I think it's the um, touching on what matters to you as a person, no matter where you are. So, being safe, having a roof over your head, um, having food, in feeling appreciated, loving the people around you. If it deals with matters of that very deep nature, uh, then how can it not appeal to you if it's told in a way that you enjoy? Um, just the basics.
Okay. Now, why do you believe that children need to read about terrible things?
People imagine terrible things, and people are often exposed to terrible things. We know that even in any kind of household, terrible things can happen behind closed doors. We know that there are bullies in the schoolyard. We know these things, and we should not pretend like childhood is all marvelous. It isn't. And even if terrible things are not happening to you, you can imagine them and you can witness them. It's important to have stories in which people are facing terrible things and they figure out how to respond. They are resourceful. And even if something dreadful does happen, they're resilient. They pick themselves up again and they keep going and they find a new life that is has various joys in it. And what better place, what safer place to learn about how to deal with a terrible situation than in a book? It's um, it's wonderful. Books are great.
Now, how has reading impacted your life as a child?
Oh, enormously. I came from a very poor family. We never went anywhere. We didn't do much. I had very little knowledge of the world, and I read books. Books gave me the world. Without books, I certainly would not be who I am today. I was not a family in which there were any books on the inside the house. I got books at my school, and it is through. And I was not in a professional family. It was through reading that I understood, what a doctor was, what a lawyer was, what a professor was. It is through reading that I realized I might have some options in my own life. So I think for me, reading was a lifeline.
Wow. Now, how did you select the various stories that you wanted to tell in this?
I didn't quite understand.
I'm sorry, how did you select the various stories that you wanted to tell?
Thank you. Um, I selected them by a bunch of criteria. One, I wanted these to be stories that could be shared by people of any age. So I wanted them to appeal to any age. I also wanted them to. It isn't by accident that you travel around the globe. I wanted to give different parts of the world with different notions of what magic is, whether they're fairies, witches, whatever, and still give the sense that we can understand each other wherever we are in the world. So those were pretty much my concerns.
Donna Jo, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. Now, where can we get the book? Is there a website we can go to?
You can go to your favorite retailer. You can go to your local or online. You can go to National Geographic website. You can go to my website, donnajonapoli.com.
Donna Jo, thank you again for joining us on Morning Blend. I'm looking forward to reading Treasury of Magical Tales from around the world.
Thank you.